Hello YouTube, welcome to another Platanoz tutorial. I am Platanoz and today we're gonna continue with rigging rig. So this is part 2 of the rigging rig tutorials. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. Today we're gonna be learning how to okay, last video we worked on the eyes, so to get him looking, and we worked on blinking. So today we're gonna work on the eyebrow. You know, how to make him look a little angry or sad, you know, and also controlling the corners. And with him is easier because he only has one eyebrow, you know, so it's a little simpler. We're also gonna work on the head turn, learning how to make this semi 3D head turn. Alright, and we're also gonna learn, if I can squeeze in the time, I'm trying to make this tutorial 20 minutes or less, so we're also gonna learn the mouth control, so how to make that, you know, the mouth shapes and the lip sync. So let's get started. We have this main rig right here. It's the one we were working on since part 1. And we have, let's see, rig, here we go. So as you can see, I've already made the shapes, or his head rather, with shape layers using the pen tool here. So you know, let's just dig right into it. So let's select this brow layer. Again, hopefully you have the plugins, the joystick and sliders plugin, and the Duik plugin. So I'm gonna talk about it real quick once again. For this tutorial, or this series of tutorials, you're gonna need the joystick and sliders, which the link is at the description. It's not free, you know, you have to pay like 30 something bucks. I didn't make it, but it's a great plugin. So if you can get that, sweet, because you're gonna need it for this tutorial. And Duik is free. Again, I'm putting the link in the description. So hopefully you're following along with this project file that I've also put in the description. So let's just dig right into it. Selecting this brow layer here, we press Ctrl Shift C, and we're gonna make it into its own composition, and let's call it eyebrow, because he only has one big ass eyebrow, but it works for some reason. You just don't think about it twice when you look at it. So let's open it up and select the brow layer here, and with the puppet tool we're gonna make a little dot there, and that's gonna be a controller, or a mesh warp controller. So let's go all the way down here into effects, puppet, mesh, deform, and then we see these 3 little puppet pins. Those are the little yellow dots we just made, right? And if we switch over to our Duik plugin, we click on bones. Again, hopefully you already downloaded all these plugins, so you're ready to rock, right? So now we make this, clicking the bones, we make these nulls basically, right? And we're gonna name them so we know what's what. Let's name this main, this one right, and this one left, screen left. Alright, so now that we have this, we can go down to the frame and click the position and keyframe them all. And if we press space down on our keyboard, we go over 1 frame, right? And we move this main one down, and with the other 2 we're gonna just paste origin here, which is not working for some reason. Oh, because we didn't move them, of course. Wow, blonde moment. So anyway, let's go ahead and go over to the next keyframe, and we're gonna paste origin for all of them, so it goes back to the beginning, right? and we're gonna move the left side, down or up. It doesn't really matter because the slider will calculate all that. Alright, so let's go to the next page, next keyframe rather, and paste origin, and we're gonna move the right one. Yeah, that seems about right. Alright, I think we're ready to go. We can select all three of them and then go over to sliders, right? And create new slider. We're gonna call it eyebrow control. Boom. And now if we click over on the eyebrow control, let's rename all this. So yeah, the top one is gonna be the main controller. This one I believe is gonna be the left. Yes. And then this one's gonna be the right. Yes, sir. Alright, so now that we have that, we can click on the eyebrow control and go over to this side right here and click on it and click move. And now this controller has been moved to the head composition. And it's right here. I'm gonna color code it to orange just so we know what's what. And then we're gonna move it again to the main composition, right? And now it is here in our main composition. Let's color code it again. And now we have our eyebrow control ready to rock. Let's double check that it works. And yeah, it works. So that's our eyebrow control. Let's duplicate this text layer, right? Move it over here and rename it brow. I like labeling stuff. It just makes it easier, you know? Especially for somebody who is working with your file but hasn't rigged it, you know? Or an animator who's opening the file for the first time. He needs to know where everything is ready to rock, you know? So naming stuff, color coding it makes everything easier. So anyway, now that we have this brow control here, right? I think we're ready for the head turn. And let me show you the example of the head turn here. Right? Now, the extra challenge is that this example rig I made doesn't have ears. So it's way easier to move him around. But for our rig, I'm gonna make ears. So that's gonna be the extra challenge for this video. And we can just get started right away on that. Let's get the image here I grabbed for reference, and we're gonna make ears for this guy. Again, these ears I'm making, they're with the pen tool, and they're by pressing G on your keyboard you can just call it as a shortcut. Well, I am not making any sense. I apologize. It's a little bit late today. I got the new Zelda video game. I was playing it for a little bit and I lost track of time. So anyway, I'm making this tutorial at night, and I apologize I'm not making too much sense tonight. Alright, so let's get this ear here started. I'm going a little fast because this is a rigging tutorial. It's not like a, you know, like a basic pen tool tutorial or something like that. You know, I assume you know how to use the pen tool or have a basic knowledge of that, so I'm just gonna go right away. Alright, so ear, and then we can duplicate that, transform it, flip it, and make it to the other side. Beautiful. And now we're gonna name this one left and then front, and this one front as well. Now the trick here to this head turn is gonna be you're gonna have two copies of these ears, two of them in the front and two of them in the back, all the way below everything. Okay? Because, you know, that's gonna come in handy later on. So let's name this rear. or back or whatever you want to name it, as long as you know what's what. So your rear, and okay, I believe we're ready to make that head turn. Alright, one more thing. Let's parent this. The rear to the front, and then this rear to the front as well. So that way we only have to animate them once. Alright, now that that's done, let's get ready to do some rigging. Alright, so we're gonna need, for this head turn, we're gonna need the mouth, obviously, and we're gonna need the wrinkles, the eyes, and nose, the eyebrow too. I mean, almost everything goes. Alright, so this, go ahead and hit P on our keyboard to bring up the position, and let's keyframe that. Now, where is the hair? Oh, I haven't made the hair. That's what it is. Wow, completely forgot about that. All right, let's just make the hair real quick. Sorry about that. It's just I've been working on the example rig, right? And then I've been working on this one for the videos, and it gets a little confusing after a while, you know, because I will have stuff already made on the example one, but I haven't made stuff for this one, so sometimes it gets a bit confusing. But anyway, let's make this hair real quick. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is all shape layers, so if you're not happy with any, you know, how it's looking, the size of it, whatever, you can go back and change it. So this is what's cool about this rig, or the fact that we're using shape layers. We can always go back and change everything. You know, we can change the color, whatever. It's shape layers. It's all shape layers, so we can always go back and change it. That's what's cool about this. So, alright, now that we got the hair, and let's also copy and paste these roughen edges effect. And what that does is, let me show you real quick what I've been doing. Alright, so let's... Alright, so you see in this image here, I mean, it's a little bit low quality, but the idea is that do you see the edges of the drawing? They're not perfect. They're not. Look at this, for example, look at this shape layer, how the edge is too perfect. You know, it looks too perfect, too robotic. And in the cartoon, it's not like that. Their edges are a little bit more imperfect, a little bit rougher. So that's what I'm doing with this effect. Basically, you know, copy and paste this effect here for the hair. And what it does, look at the difference. You see this, how this this hair is all straight and whatever. When I click roughen edges, that's basically what it does. It roughens the edges and it makes it look a little bit more like the Rick and Morty style. Anyway, that was a long ass tangent. Let's go back to our rig and copy the color of the hair, because his hair is not skin colored. Alright. Alright, that hair is ready to rock. Let's bring the anchor point down and let's click on the position and keyframe it. Alright. Now let's click on everything again. So I believe that's it. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Sorry about that, guys. We're gonna need, first of all, we're gonna need to parent a bunch of this stuff. So let's just go ahead and do it, I guess. So we need to identify. Alright, so this one is for this eye right here. And then this one right here is going to be for the other eye. And the reason why we're parenting this is because we're gonna be moving all of this for the head rotation. So you don't want to keyframe all of that, you know. It's gonna save you a lot of time if you just parent it. So that's basically what we're doing right now. It's just a time saver. Alright, now that we did that, I believe we're ready for the head turn. So again, eye, nose, eyebrow, and we got the ears as well. Cool. Position everything. And now with the page down, we're gonna go to the next frame. And don't worry about the mouth changing on you, you know. We're gonna fix that later. So, with everything selected, just click paste origin for the next 5 frames. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's get this started. Alright, so this example right here, let's name it front, make a duplicate of it, name it profile, and then we're gonna move it, and this will be our guide when rotating everything. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. This one seems right. Something's up with those pupils. Why are they missing? Oh man, it's when you're trying to show people what to do in the tutorial, it's when everything goes wrong. I hate it when that happens. I mean, it says it's there, but I don't see it. Oh, pff. The mats, that's what it is. Wow. Well, that was lame. Anyway, alright, let's go back to the thing. Alright, so now that we keyframe all that with the paste origin, let's start shifting everything to the right. So we can shift the hair a little bit over here, and we can also keyframe the scale of the hair, so like it gives the illusion that it's moving to the side, basically. Alright, so what else do we have to move? The mouth, move it a little bit over here, and we're gonna scale it as well. We're not gonna scale everything, you know. Some things it makes sense to scale them, because it gives the illusion that they're moving or rotating to that side. So okay, we got that. The mouth, the wrinkles, we're gonna move them as well. And of course the eyes, pretty important. And we're gonna parent those pupils again. And parent those mats. Alright, that should be good to go. Alright, cool. So we're just you know, shifting everything to the side using the drawing as a guide. That's basically what we're doing right now. And let's move the eyebrow as well. And now this is a part where usually a couple things could go wrong, you know, because they're so there are so many layers and so many keyframes that there is always a chance that things could go wrong. But we're gonna be optimistic and hope that everything works out. And rigging is that way, man. Uh, when everything works, it works. But when something goes wrong, everything goes wrong, and then you have to like make a mess finding what was it that went wrong. Yeah, it can get a little bit annoying. But hopefully everything works out for you. Oh, actually, you know what? We need the other drawing. So let's duplicate this profile here and transform it, flip it. And I know it kind of looks messed up right now with the ears all screwed up, but we're gonna fix that. It's part of the process. Alright, so let's look for the head, the 3/4 turn here. There we go. This is the head we're looking for. And let's shift everything over to what makes sense. Again, I'm like shifting things here and there a little bit different to when it makes sense, So the nose, we're gonna move the eyes as well. Yeah, something like this. Again, it's not gonna be 100% perfect, but that's why it's shape layers. You can go in ahead and change anything you don't like, That's what's so cool about it. Alright, the hair, we're gonna move it to the other side. And yeah, keyframe that scale. Alright, so now we got this turn, we got that turn. Alright. See, we got all the keyframes here. Oh, for the eyebrow, we need to keyframe that scale. And keyframe that ear as well. I mean, not too much because the drawing doesn't have it too far in. Alright, and now we're gonna do up. Even though in the cartoon they don't really look up that much, not in that 3D sense, but we're just gonna make it just to have that freedom of having that extra movement in there. It's always nice. Alright, we're gonna move this eyebrow up and move the nose up as well. The eyes. Wrinkles. And the mouth. Keyframe that scale as well, don't forget the scale. And the hair is gonna be back to 100. And we can move it down. So it creates that illusion that his head is moving up. See, you can see it from frame to frame, that illusion that the head is turning. And really nothing, like the head itself is not moving, everything is shifting around it, and that makes that illusion. Yep, nothing's real, man. Alright, so I'm gonna move that hair down now. Actually up, my bad, because it's gonna be looking down, so everything's shifting down. again, you know, moving this and shifting everything at your discretion. You can do what makes sense, you know, like you can't have it all the way down here because then it breaks that illusion. So move it a little bit down like that. Keyframe the scale. Let's move those wrinkles down here. Not too much. Alright, let's move the eyes. And the nose. That pesky little nose. There we go. We got it. Gotcha. And the ears. He's looking down, so his ears are going to be looking a little bit down. There we go. Not too much. And I believe we are ready to go. Ready to bind that head rotation. And I really wanted the tutorial to be only 20 minutes, but I'm just not fast enough. I'm sorry guys, rigging takes time. So maybe I'll cut it after we're done with the head rotation, and we'll continue on the next one with the lip syncing and the body and the rest of it. So okay, we got this head right here, right? But we need the ears to not be in the front of everything, right? So let's do that. And this is when the rear and front ears come in handy, which we already made. So we're gonna click here on switch template, right? And we're gonna create a new one. I'm gonna call it new ear template. Ear R template. Sweet. And then we're gonna create a new one and call it new ear L template. Alright, and we're gonna copy ear L rear and ear L front, copy those over, open up the new ear L template. This is when it starts getting crazy. So let's get rid of all those keyframes and get rid of the parenting and bring it over here. So what we're gonna do now, or what we're doing now, is this composition is gonna tell the plugin or the controller when to switch the opacity between the ears as it rotates. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. I'm gonna do this example and then you'll see how it works. So this is the L. Which ear is this one? Okay, so it's this one. So when it rotates, I wish you could see my hands right now because I'm doing a lot of gestures with the hand and it really helps to see it. But when it rotates this way, you want the ear to be hidden, this ear to be hidden. So you want the rear to be on this side right here. And then when it rotates this way, you want the front ear to be visible. So you want this ear over here in this corner. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing for the other ear. I'm sorry if it sounds a little bit complicated. Maybe, hopefully after we're done with the example, you get what I'm saying. It's a little bit complicated to explain. But let's get rid of the keyframes again. And for this one, it's gonna be, let's see, it's gonna be on the other side. So when it rotates this way, we want the ear to be visible. So we want the ear to be in the front. And then when it rotates this way, we want the ear to be behind the head. So we're gonna put it over here. And now it should work. So let's bind everything which is keyframed. So let's select the ears, the eyebrow, the nose, the eyes, wrinkles, the mouth, and the hair. And we're gonna create a new joystick and call it head rot. That's for head rotation. And OK. And let's move it over to the main rig. and hopefully everything worked out. We'll find out. Alright, so we see there's a little bit of a mistake there. We're gonna have to do it backwards. Now let's lower the quality here so that we can see the head rotation. Alright, so the head is rotating pretty good. Maybe we need to fix that hair to move a little less. Okay, and I forgot to keyframe the eyebrows, so when he moves down, you see how the eyebrow is not moving down? So we need to fix that as well. And we're gonna need to fix the ears. But hey, that's part of rigging, you know, testing and going back again and fixing it. So let's go back in and unbind. So we select the controller and we select unbind. Okay, and now we're gonna fix those mistakes, and hopefully the ears are gonna get fixed as well. Alright, so let's select the eyebrow. Move it down more, maybe like over there. There you go. And let's fix the hair too. The hair was moving way too much, and that broke the illusion. Alright, something like this. I think that's good. Alright, and next we need to fix the ears. Oh, you know what it was? I can't believe I forgot this. Wow, what a mess. The ears might have been fine, I just forgot to do one step. Alright, so let's bind everything again. Because, I mean, I needed to fix the eyebrow anyway, so I needed to unbind everything anyway. But, I'll show you what I missed. Or the step that I missed. Alright, so let's rebind everything by, you know, selecting everything we just keyframe. You know, the eyes, wrinkle, mouth, you know the drill, right? And we go over here and we select head rotation and bind. So now that we bound everything, we need to do one more step that I forgot. We go over here and we click new ear, you know, the templates we made, and we click head rotation and we bind them. And then we select the other one, the new ear R, select the head rotation and bind them again. And that should take care of that. See, there we go. That's the step I forgot last time. So those are the ears, and they're fixed. And the eyebrow is fixed as well, and so is the hair. Now we have a fully working rotation. So there you go. We made it. It's been 30 minutes, but we made it. Isn't that beautiful, right? Alright guys, I will stop the video here because I really wanted to make it 20 minutes, and I really wanted to cram all three things into 20 minutes, but I couldn't. It's, for me, it's humanly impossible, I guess. I talk too much, I guess, or I get sidetracked. But anyway, we'll continue this rigging tutorial on the next part. All right, and we're gonna learn how to do the lip sync and some of the body as well. All right, see you on the next one, guys. Take care.
Click that subscribe button and join the monkey family. Oh, and if you'd like to support the channel, check out my Patreon page. Go ahead, we'll wait.